basic 6 of the Young Sun style Tai Chi system, Dr. Paul Lamb's Tai Chi for arthritis and fall prevention. So today we're going to do our warm-up exercises, our Qigong exercises, and we're going to do a little bit of the 5-handed Tiger. I don't know if I've introduced Tiger before. Doesn't matter. We'll be doing them over and over again. And we're going to learn a new move, which is called lute. Sometimes it's referred to pipa or pipa. I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced, but it's spelled P-I-P-A. And the Chinese lute is played kind of like a harp, like this. And this is what the move is going to look like. Kind of easy to remember. All right, so let's start. Let's usually start with an opening breath. And in this opening breath, we're just going to relax, sit up straight, hands at our sides, or hands on your lap, either way. We're going to bring the hands out to the sides with the palms facing up and sweep the arms up forward and side. Taking a deep breath in as we bring the hands overhead. Turn the palms down and push down. You might imagine that you're kneel and you pull up from the side, and pulling up on your pulling down energy from the heavens and exhaling slowly back to your lap. And one more time, breathing in, down, and breathing out. And come to your lap or to your sides again. Good, very good. Okay, now we're going to just bring the hands up with the fingers dangling down, arms straight out. Again, breathing in. Turn the hands, palm facing in and pull into the chest. Inhale, exhale, turn the palms facing out, push. Exhale. Turn the palms facing each other like you're holding a ball. Bring them all the way out to the side, all the way back, arms straight, touching your shoulder blades together. As we inhale and hold the breath and push the arms straight out, push forward, compress to the front, holding a ball in the front, and come down on our laps again. And rest for a minute, come up, arms straight out, inhale, open the hands up, pull in, palms facing in, push out, palms facing out, turn the hands, palms facing each other, pull the arms straight all the way back, inhale, exhale, push in. So you might think of it as pulling in, inhale, pushing out, exhale, open wide, inhale, push to the center, exhale. And so any kind of time we stretch in Qigong, we're going to inhale, and any time we relax, we exhale. So this stretching and relaxing is also known as expanding and contracting. In some ways, that's a better term for Tai Chi. Expanding and contracting. It has a more universal tone to it. Absorbing and and dissipating is another way. So you feel like you're absorbing energy when you inhale and expressing it, or giving it away, expressing it as you exhale. And that's a better way of looking at it, describing it, because it actually puts it within the framework of the feeling that you have when you're doing Tai Chi. We don't want to think of stretching and relaxing as much as absorbing and expressing. So we're absorbing energy and then expressing that energy in the form of applying a force. All right. So let's try this again with that term, absorbing and expressing. Coming up, absorbing, pulling in, expressing, push, absorb, absorb, out, pull in is express. As we pull in, we absorb to the chest. Inhale, push out, we're expressing that energy. As we pull the hands back, we absorb. As we push in, we're generating a force, right? And we express. And now we just come down to an empty state. And so we go from, in the forms, we go from absorbing to expressing, and then you go through a transition of an empty state. All right, so now bring the hands up slowly, holding a ball out in front of you. And this is an energy ball, so we're going to play around with it. We're going to let it expand or absorb and push in or contract or express, right? And now we're going to, whichever hand you want, doesn't matter. One hand is going to rotate in one direction, down and back to the side, like you're pushing something back or blocking with that hand with your fingers open. At the same time, the other hand is going to revolve, is going to rotate up and over to the side. So you turn your head at the same time, look at that palm that's reaching over to the side. This is a neck exercise. And of course, we're expanding here, right? Or stretching, we want to breathe in. And now come right back to the center. Rotate your arms back to center. Exhale, holding a ball. And now the other way, the other hand comes down, blocking to the side. The other hand rotates over to the side. Turn and look at your palm. Should be about 10 inches from your ear. Slowly come back to center, holding a ball. So in almost all these exercises, we always come back to center, holding a ball. Let's go the other way, block down, turn right, look, inhale, exhale, back to center, turn, block down, look, rotate, exhale, come to center, and keep going. 1, relax, to center. 2, expand, contract to center, turn and look, and block down, come back, inhale, block down, turn, look, come back to center. You should be holding a ball now, and just turn your palms down and slowly bring your palms down to your lap or to your side, breathing out. And just let's hang out there for just a few seconds. Re-equilibrate. This is what I call, this is kind of a re-equilibration stage. All right, we are breathing in and out. Do a body scan. Are your shoulders relaxed? Are you breathing? In, out, breathing naturally. As you breathe in, your whole chest and your stomach, your whole abdomen should expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. Fingers should be relaxed, crown suspended, chin tucked in. Slope your shoulders forward, kind of hollow your chest. Totally relax all the way from your top of your head all the way down to your toes. And you should, if you can, have your feet on the floor, and you should be able to really make that connection with the ground. Everything in Tai Chi is energy work from the ground up. And so that energy from the ground up gets transmitted to the arms and the hands, which do the work. And your waist is like the axle of a cart, and the wheels like the hands and the arms. Okay, come up holding a ball. Rotate the ball over 180 degrees. The ball should be about the size of a basketball or beach ball. And now turn to the side of the lower hand. So if your lower hand is your right hand, on the bottom of the ball, you turn to the left and breathe in. And now rotate the ball back to center, holding it on, just like we did in the other exercise on each side. Now turn, rotate the ball 180 degrees to the other side. And so now the opposite hand should be on the bottom and top. Turn the center, rotate to the side, other side, and just keep rotating back and forth, switching that top and the bottom palms, which should be facing each other, up and down. Top palm is facing down, the bottom palm is facing up. Try to make the ball the same size each time. So we're not going to change the diameter of this ball as we rotate it around 180 degrees from side to side. And here you want to turn at the waist. And your head is going to follow your waist. Just keep going with this. Breathing in as you stretch to the side, breathing out as you come to the center. Come back to center slowly and open and close. Expanding the ball out like the ball is expanding. You feel this little pressure as the ball expands. And as you push the ball in to its original shape, you can feel it compressing as you breathe out. So this ball has some compressibility to it and expandability. That's the feeling you want to have in all the Tai Chi movements. And that feeling of resistance is what's going to connect all your meridians together so that your hands, your shoulders, since this is sitting, in your waist, your head, they're all going to be working together in harmony. If we were standing, we'd add the legs to this, of course, and then you would be coordinating all of everything that's going on from the waist up with everything that's going on with the waist down. And that takes thought, right? It takes concentration. So we want to focus our minds on the movements and only the movements. And that way we can avoid getting our minds becoming distracted and thinking about other things, okay? So all of these are important points to make the whole system work the way it's supposed to. And that breathing of expanding, of breathing in, and when you're expanding, breathing out. Just breathe naturally, okay? All right, now, the one that the people have trouble with, it seems, is pushing to the left and to the right. Now we're pushing to the left and to the right. The backhand comes out, forward, pushing with the palm facing out, and the back hand rotates in with the palm twisting again with the palm facing out. So in this orientation, both fingers are going to be pointing toward your screen. As you rotate both hands around, like on a tabletop, this is on the horizontal plane to the other side. You're pushing against something on the other side. And do not push past your shoulder. Turn and push just to your shoulder line. Like there's a wall on each side, and you're pushing against that wall. And as you push, you breathe in, and come back to center, and then rotate the hands in the other direction. Breathe in and push to the other side. Make sure your fingers are lined up, pointing forward, not down or to the sides, but forward. That means you have to bend your wrists, right? You have to bend your wrist on the forward one, on the back, and the back one is straight. So when I mean bend your wrist, I mean you have to rotate the wrists around. You should feel this in your wrist as you push the side to side. Then don't go beyond that shoulder line. So I'm looking at Darla, and Darla, see, you're doing this. Watch, let's see how you're doing this, and you're going all the way over like this. Just go to the side, to the shoulder line. Yeah, that's better. Not even that far. All right. See how I'm turning at the waist? Yeah, that's much better. All right, right. And that backhand, that's pretty good. Now see if you can straighten out your fingers going forward toward the screen. That means you have to bend your wrist. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. So the value, one value, again, not too far, of these exercises is it forces you to bend your joints. When you bend your joints, you're bending the tendons, you're stretching the tendons. As we get older, tendons start to shrink, and the tendons connect the bone to the muscle, and so that makes everything harder to do. And so Tai Chi is great, and Qigong especially, for stretching the tendons out, keeping them nice and supple. It's like a bag of cement. I used to do some construction work. A bag of cement, if you use part of it and open it, put the rest in the garage, and sits around, even when you think it's a dry place, after a year, you go back and it'll be cement because it's just sitting there, atrophying. It's just sitting there. It's not getting moved around. If you were to move it around occasionally, it would remain a powder. Okay, good. So now let's do this. Let's take a big, cross your hands in front of you, come up, scooping energy up over your head. Inhale, come down and push down again. And relax. Let's go with our fingers. Hold your your fist in front of your chest with the fingers pointing out, and just flick them out. Like you're flicking energy out. Squeeze and flick, squeeze and flick, squeeze and flick, and just keep going with that. We're going to do 50. I'm going to count. So you're going to stop. 1. She was eager for Georgiana to be out at their lives, and Tyler had cheated on every girl he'd ever been with. It was maddening that the one girl he just 20. 30, 40, 50, 10 more. Good. All right. Now, if you feel some fatigue in your hands, that's good. A lot of people, I've had quite a few students over the years tell me that they've been doing this exercise every morning, and the stiffness that they experience when they get up in the morning, first time in the morning, has disappeared. So this is a really good one. If you've got stiffness in your joints, which are the first signs of arthritis. So you want to do these exercises to ward off the progression of that disease, right? This is going to stretch the tendons, ligaments, and exercise the muscles, get your fingers, your hands stronger, and we'll do a great deal of benefit to prevent the progression of arthritic diseases. And we're going to go down to the feet and do the same thing, but we're going to do it a little differently. Most of you have been taking this class know that these exercises are all the same. We start up here and we work our way down. All right, so we are at the point where we are going to be working on our legs, and I have to tilt the screen for this. And so you're going to want to sit up straight and make two fists and bring the heart of the fist, which is the fingers, up with your elbow straight back. This is a Shaolin starting position. And you're going to punch and twist out. As you punch, you're going to turn the palm over, the fist over. So now the heart of the fist, fingers are down and thumb are down. And this is called a twist punch. And twisting motions, circular motions, have more force and energy than linear motions. And almost all, if not all, movements in Tai Chi are these torsional, twisting, rotating movements. Some are subtle, some are not so subtle. This is not so subtle. And as we do that, we're going to kick out with the other leg. So we're kicking and punching contralaterally, it's called contralateral. And if you can't kick out all the way like that, just kick a little bit. Just kick your toe out. If you can't use your legs, then imagine kicking out. And we want to do it nice and slow and controlled so that we get some exercise out of it. Doing it slow builds up the strength in the quadriceps. Timing the movement so that the hand and the feet punch out and kick out exactly the same time and come back to starting point exactly at the same time. So this is coordinating. It's called coordinating the movements. So they're in alignment. Just keep going with this. And your punches should be very linear, right through the shoulder line. Couple more. And cross the hands in front of you, scoop up, overhead, inhale, and down. And while we're down here, let's work on the feet. This is one of my favorites, is to put I'm just going to maybe move things around here. The lighting isn't very good in this room. I think this is better. And so if you can't use your feet, we're going to do the same thing with the pretty much the same kind of an exercise with the wrists, okay? But we're going to do that after. So let's do the feet first. Put your foot down, one foot down, left or right. Pick up the heel and twist the heel from side to side using your toe as a fulcrum. So we're just wiggling that foot back and forth. And now put the foot down and go from side to side. Left to right or the other way around. And now the other foot, same thing. Starting with a heel wiggle. And putting your foot down side to side, rocking. All right, now we're going to take one foot and lift it up, and we're going to rotate clockwise around the ankle joint. Try to make this, do it slowly and try to get a full range of movement. You're describing a circle in the clockwise direction. And go the other way, counterclockwise. Great, good job. The other foot, clockwise. Counterclockwise. And put your foot down. So a lot of times people ask, how many should you do? And I like to do things in sets of 8, at least. Usually more, but you want to do at least 8 in each direction, and preferably more. If you can do 16, that's good, and so on and so forth. So that's up to you. It just depends on how you feel from day to day. Things change. Some days I have more energy than other days. But I try to do this. I do, not try. I do it every day. All these exercises. All right, just checking in with people here. All right. So now we're going to do one of the 5 animal frolic exercises. This is an old Qigong, very popular. You'll see lots of somewhat different versions of it. It's based on the 5-element theory of Chinese medicine. It's about 2,000 years old. It's considered to be a complete body exercise, as well as an exercise to improve the spirit and the mind. And each animal has a different personality, demeanor, and each animal has, in the exercise, addresses the exercise needs to benefit different organs, usually in groups of 2. And they also have seasons and other attributes. So when we're doing these exercises, you want to get yourself emotionally kind of attuned to the feeling that that animal might have. So all these animals have different personalities, different emotions, right? For example, a tiger has a different emotion. It's a carnivore than a crane, and crane is one of them, one of the 5. And this, so on and so forth. So tigers is associated with the season of spring, and the emotion is anger. But it's important to remember when you do tiger that the anger is external, not internal. So internally, you want to remain calm and equanimous. It's the external expression. So it's anger in a very controlled fashion. And I think the two organs associated with tiger are liver and gallbladder. Okay, it's a little background about that. The way it works is, and remember this exercise where we push from side to side with the fingers pointing forward? Well, a lot of the Qigong and Tai Chi movements are, there's thousands of them. And so, but there's a connection between them. And so this movement from side to side like this is actually a very effective way of retreating and pushing an enemy aside or somebody coming at you, pushing them aside as you retreat back. But in this case, it's going to be the beginning of the tiger move. And we're going to push to one side. And we're going to push to the turn and twist just like in the exercise to the other side. And now we're going to make our tiger paws. And they're going to look just like what you would imagine. The fingers are splayed out. The fingers are now claws. And they're wrapped down like they're going to be grabbing something, right? Make a claw-like fashion. Pushing to the left, pushing to the right, make your claws. Now scoop down in front of you in a gentle arc. And this is where you're going to feel some anger externally in your hands. And now bring your hands up in an arc like a circle to your chest. And now push down again and relax your fingers. So here the tiger is reaching down, grabbing a prey, bringing it up, taking a bite or whatever, and then going back down and releasing it. And now it's going to go take a nap. So it's going to come all the way up. The hands come all the way up and all the way back. The elbows lined up with your sides of your body. So if you can, your arms are going to be parallel as you come back, if you can see me. And you're just sitting, if you can sit up straight, that's good. And you're just going to arch your back and look all the way back, tilt your chin all the way back. It's like this is, in yoga, this is called a down dog or up dog. I can't remember. I'm not a yoga guy, but. And now, of course, you're breathing in here. You hold that breath and then bring the hands down. Straighten your spine very slowly, very carefully. Sit up straight. Bring the hands down in front of you, again in an arc. And stop on your lap. And so you want to keep all these movements within the space of your shoulders. All right, so they're close in, maybe the hands are 18 inches apart at the most, all right? And so let's try it again. Now push to the other side, one. Turn at the waist, pushing to the other side, make your claws. Turn forward, scoop down. Come up to the chest. Scoop down, another circle down, relax the fingers and stretch back. All the way back. Tilt your head back, chin up. Expand your lungs, take in oxygen. All right, straighten out your spine, come back, drop the hands to your lap. And we want to take a closing breath. Cross the hands in front of your lap. Bring the hands up, palms facing up, straight, arms straight over your head, down. Breathe out. Okay, excellent. Push to one side. Push to the other side. Claws push down. come up to the chest, scoop down, pass the knees forward, relax, all the way back. Stretch back. Relax. Come down. Palms down, down, down to your lap. And one more to one side. Push to one side. Rotate the hands. Turn at the waist. Push to the other side. Scoop down. In front. Come up. Scoop down. Now breathe in as you come up all the way back. Stretch back, look back. Sit up straight. Straighten the spine. Come down with the hands in front of you to your lap. And relax. Okay, just hang out there. Just relax. Close your eyes if you like. Just breathe slowly, fully. Do your body scan. See where you're holding tension and try to just let it go. Okay, good. Well, let's review the set that the Sun Style set. We're at the beginning. So we're relearning for some of you and for others learning for the first time. The first 6 movements, called the basic 6, in the Sun Style form. And so once again, you can start with your hands at your sides. Relax and check your posture. You want that, relax the shoulders, drop your shoulders and roll them forward a little bit, tuck your chin in. That raises the crown automatically. And now we're bringing the hands up with the arms straight at your side. They're coming up. The fingers are pointing down. You should feel nothing, and as your fingers come up, you should feel like you're drawing energy up into your body. And now you're breathing in, and you turn your hands so you're holding a ball. And now bring the ball in and down in an arc down to your midsection. And now push out straight. And now bring the hands into your chest again. And open and close, slowly open and close. Bring your hands up to your chest, Ludi. Yeah, up here, just below your shoulder. So a big deal in Tai Chi is to keep the elbows pointing down at the knees. You never want to be kind of like that. You don't try not to have your elbows up. And there's martial reasons for that, defensive reasons for that, because if your elbows are up, they're susceptible to being pushed up further and dislocating a joint. So if you keep your elbows down, you have more control over your physiology or your anatomy. All right. And that's the second move. So the first is the commencement, and the second is open and close. And the third move we're getting into now, slowly and gently turn the palms facing out a bit. And as you push out just a few inches, expand to the sides, slowly. And you should have your hands up above about your neck, and your fingers are pointing up. Your elbows are down, not too far out, Ludi. It should be like a swallow. Good. And that's called a single whip. Third move, getting ready for cloud hands. Bring the right hand down in an arc past your stomach, like you're wiping something in front of you with the in front of your stomach. You're bringing the hand down, a nice gentle arc, and lining that right hand with the fingers underneath the left elbow, and the left hand is still up, the palm facing out about head height. Now you're ready once they're lined up on that shoulder line. That's your left shoulder line. You're going to shift up and down slowly and just reverse the positions, maintaining the distance between the hands the same. And now here comes the part to pay attention to. We want to pull to the right, the hands vertically aligned, both hands together. We get to the right shoulder line. They should be aligned vertically up and down at the same distance apart. We switch again on that side. And now slowly turn at the waist. Use your waist, both hands turning together, and switch on that side. Pull to the right or to the left, whatever. Turn. And now look out over that top hand into the distance as you do this, and just keep going with it. Breathing gently, slowly. Your gaze, your eye should follow the movement of the top hand, looking through the fingers into the distance. And at some point, either left or right, we stop at that shoulder line. We turn the lower hand up, palm up, and we come up the inside and over to the other side, holding a ball again. So it's like scooping up water out of a bucket, bringing the water up and turning the palm out so that you end up facing forward with the palms facing each other. And we open and close. Familiar? That open and close exercise that we do before we start this. And the next movement is brush knee. And we learned this last time. As you rotate both arms to the right so that the left finger is touching the right elbow and the right palm is over to the side, like in that warm-up exercise, opposite your right ear, the palm facing you, your face, and you're looking at that palm like you're looking into a mirror. And now what we're going to do is turn the right palm facing out straight and push out straight as we rotate back to the center, and at the same time take the lower hand and push across, blocking in an arc in the horizontal plane, blocking around as we push forward, and the left hand, palm down, ends up, palm down with the thumb close to, if not touching, the left hip. And so what we're doing here is that hand, left hand that's touching the elbow, comes out, you straighten the arm out, turn the palm so that the thumb is now pointed down, and extend and sweep it across the palm. Sweep across, pushing the palm out to the left with the thumb pointing down, and then rotate it in. When it gets to the left shoulder line, rotate it in and bring it right back into the hip. We don't want to come all the way out and across in a big arc. We want to come across to the shoulder line and bring it right back in. At the same time, the right hand turns with the waist, pushes out straight. And what we're doing is blocking across as we push and strike forward. turning at the waist. Good. And now we're going to learn the next movement, which is single whip. You want to imagine that your right hand is up near the top of, if you will, a steering wheel of a car. And the bottom hand is still at that hip, but down near the bottom of the steering wheel. And you want to bring the lower hand up, the left hand up, and grab the wheel and turn it as the right hand grabs the wheel and pulls it down to the right, like you're turning to the right. And you end up with the fingers pointing up. The left hand is above eye level, with the thumb pointed right at your nose. And the bottom hand is directly under the which is the right hand, is directly under the elbow of the left hand, with the thumb pointed at your solar plexus. The fingers are up. And the hand should be about an arm's length apart. So it looks like this. So from the brush knee position, you're just reaching out and up with the left hand, and you're bringing the front hand, which is out front in front of you like a stop sign, down, and rotating the hands around like you're rotating, scribing the circle of a ball, going around the ball clockwise. The fingers pointing up. The palms will be facing each other. And that's play the lute. So it's like that exercise, that's why I do all these exercises, because they're related at the beginning, because they're all related to the movements, is that exercise where we rotate the ball over 180 degrees. So if you start at holding the ball side to side, you rotate the ball up, rotate it around the other side. But maintain, this time, you want to maintain the orientation so your palms are always facing each other. You see? Good. Good. Cynthia, beautiful. Everybody's doing great. So let's just practice this. Notice that all the movements are very symmetrical, right? I'm going to pin Cynthia, and everyone can see her now. Notice how everything is, she's controlling everything beautifully. The movements are very slow and controlled. And they end at the same time, so that the top hand always ends up top, the bottom hand ends up the same. And if you watch her face, you can see all this intentionality in the movement. She's really focusing her mind. It's very apparent from just the look on her face. And she's relaxed. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, let's see who else is doing this. Nice job, Lori. And Leslie's got it down. Nice. I want to pin her. Notice how she's really focused mentally, lining the hands up at the top of the bottom perfectly. You can see the intentionality in her movements. I'm going to remove that pin and Let's look at Lori. Okay. Right. And make sure your palms are facing each other, not out. Good. Keep going. Keep the palms facing each other. Good. Make it like a ball. Make sure you're moving your hands around the perimeter of a ball. Good. Very nice. Graciana. Very nice. Make sure your upper hand only goes to your head height. Try not to go over your head if you can. So make the ball smaller. Yeah. Bring your hand down a little bit. And if you can, you want to have that thumb pointing right at your nose as it comes up. Yes, that's much better. And try not to make sure you don't cross, right? Make sure you don't cross the hands. Beautiful. All right, so you see that she's really mentally focused, yet relaxed, very intentional, mindful. You can see the mindfulness on different people when you look. It's hard for me to watch everybody, and some people don't have their videos on, but let's see, Darla. It's looking good so far. Okay, good job, Graciana. Very nice. I like it. Okay, let's all look at Darla. So she's really nice, nice distance between the hands. Top hand is right where it should be, palms facing each other. Lower hand is right near the dantian where it should be. Like you're playing a harp. She's moving slowly and intentionally. She's mentally really focused in present. And her spirit is driving these movements. Okay, I like it. My teacher would approve. Everyone's doing a great job. Remove the pin. There we go. There I am again. So yeah, so this is a really good exercise. And another reason it's good is when we end after 12 movements, we're going to learn the movements in the opposite direction. And so we're going to have to be able to turn the wheel to the left and to the right. So being able to practice this as an exercise, it's a Tai Chi in itself. If all you did was this, you'd be doing Tai Chi. And same thing with brush knee. If you brush knee in one direction, you can set up in the other direction and brush knee in the other direction. As you push and pull across, put the front hand on the other elbow, bring the other upper palm up to the side, and now brush knee again. Put the front palm on the other elbow, bring the other hand up, sweep across and push. And just keep going with that. All right. All right, so a few tips. We want to start fully relaxed. We come up, hands pointed down, palms facing each other like holding a ball. And we're bringing the ball in and down and then out and in again. And so this is 2 circles, 2 circular movements. And then we open and close. Push out, extend to the single whip, not too far. Bring the right arm in under the elbow, switch up and down, pull to the right, switch up and down, turn, pull to the left. You can do this as many times as you want. Turn the lower hand up, whichever, it doesn't matter if it's the right or the left, and bringing up in an arc and over the palm facing the other palm, the left palm, and we open and close. Rotate the hands to the right about 80 degrees or so. Turn to the right, set up for brush knee across, push out with the right hand. And now we want to do the last move that we learned, which is play the loop. Bring the right hand down, bring the left hand up, palms facing each other like you're holding that ball. And then turn the palms facing out, top palm to the right, left hand palm facing the left. Left thumb pointing at your nose, right thumb pointing at your solar plexus, and the palms are lined up vertically right in your midsection. And if we want to stop here, we can cross the hands, pull down and come up in a nice arc overhead, closing breath, inhale, exhale, and down. Any questions? No? Okay, well, it looks like people are doing pretty good. If you want some help with this, or you want to be pinned and let other people watch, and then don't be shy. Just send me a private note here, a chat, and I'll go ahead and do that. Obviously, I can't do it if you don't have your video on. If you prefer to keep your video off, then I'm not going to be able to obviously help you through it, unless I can walk you through it verbally. That's possible. Okay, well, if there aren't any questions,